What's up, everyone? So excited that you could join me today. I've got a full almost 5 minutes with you guys, and you know our goal is to be, number one is to be encouraging. It's my number one gift, and so I just wanted to take the opportunity to share with you 3 ways in which you might be setting your child up to be bullied. And I know that sounds so crazy, but it's so true. It's something that we have come to realize and understand in our own lives, in our own home, and just, over 10 plus years of observing and growing and being in so many different people's homes, hundreds of homes. And so let's talk about those 3 ways in which we might be bullying. So the first way is physically and verbally, physically and verbally intimidating. So for example, that might be you have asked your child to comply in a certain way and they're not doing it, and so you step towards them in a brash way and you stomp your foot. That's being physically intimidating. Verbally intimidating might be raising your voice. You can't get them to comply, and so you raise your voice, asking them again to do what they were told, but now raising your voice. I understand, obviously we understand that we've got to do things to get our children to comply. The goal is to learn to do things in a different way. These are ways that set our children up to be bullied, and we're doing it. We're setting them up for that by doing that, by being physically or verbally intimidating. That's not cool. We would never want somebody to do that to our child, and yet it's so easy to get off guard and do that to our children. So the second way is what I like to refer to as puffing up. That might be, for example, well, first of all, that's a misuse of our authority. That might be using a condescending tone, saying things to our children like, because I said so. Our children, we obviously, all of us parents, we want our children to come to us, and we want to cultivate a great relationship with our children, but we're not setting them up for a great relationship with us when the reasons that we give are because I said so. Also, I understand there are times when, for us, there are times that we just cannot even figure out why. We just know it's not the best decision. And so that's our answer, is we don't understand why at this point. We haven't figured out a way to explain that to you. Just do what we're asking you to do, and then we'll talk about it later. So that's the second way, is puffing up. Using a condescending tone and saying things to our children like, because I said so. The third way is, to me, the worst. It is passive aggressive, underhanded ways of intimidating them or bullying them. That might be deliberately causing embarrassment or ridiculing them. It's so underhanded at things like, I'm very familiar with passive aggressive behavior where you're upset with your child and you can't figure out, how to explain that to him. So you just sigh over and over again. You kind of, as a child, you kind of get the clue, Dad's kind of upset about something. I don't know what, because he hasn't said what. But you start being you create in your child this like a hyper awareness of, and they read into things. And so they get in the habit of doing that. And they grow up to be adults that are hyper aware and reading into things that may not necessarily be true. We don't want to set them up for that. So we have to not do that. Things like rolling your eyes. So often I see how parents get upset with their child. Don't roll your eyes at me, might be what they say, but that's what they're demonstrating. That's what parents are doing to their children. It's a way of bullying. It's a passive aggressive, underhanded way of bullying. And those are 3 ways in which we might be bullying our children and setting them up to be bullied. So we love you, and we want you to be encouraged. You know that our number one gift is encouragement. We want you to get the whole gist of this. This is just a quick 5 minutes, but get the whole gist of this. Read the full blog and understanding at asknannyjan.wordpress.com for the full blog. And then by all means, let us know what's working for you. Parenting tips that you have, or things that you're doing that are positive in your family to help facilitate a better relationship with your spouse and your children. So we love you so much. We're excited for the growth in your family. We're excited that you're being so confrontational within yourself to take this in and ask yourself the questions, looking inside your own heart and asking yourself these tough questions. Gosh, could there be ways that I'm bullying my child? Is there a different way? So we're excited for the growth that's going to happen with you. We're excited for the growth that we're going to do together as a team. And we're excited to hear from you. We'll talk to you soon.